In Leviticus chapter 11, the very next chapter, God said to Israel for the first time, "You shall be holy as I am holy." And then he would repeat this multiple times. As we go through Leviticus, we read about mildew today. That's exciting stuff, right? Like for those that are doing the reading plan. Today was all about mildew and how to wash your clothes and when you have to burn them and get rid of them. Like that's exciting stuff. But in the middle of this chapter, at the end of this chapter, you know what God's going to say about clothing and mildew? Be holy, because I am holy. He'll repeat it over and over again, and then Peter will tell us the same thing in the New Testament. If God's holiness is defined by his compassion and justice, then I believe that our holiness has to be defined by the fact that we belong to God. It can't be defined by the fact that we're better than we used to be. You know how we got to be called Christians? We didn't name ourselves. Scripture says that in Antioch, the people of Antioch started calling them Christians. They were almost mocking them. What Christians really means is little Christs. And so that means the people of Antioch got so tired of hearing about Jesus, got so tired of these people that kept running around acting like Jesus, that they started saying, "Look at the little Christs." How many times do I have to tell somebody that I'm a believer rather than seeing me believe? And how many times do I have to go and make sure I tell somebody that I love Jesus rather than being able to see it? Or even asking something about my life. Why is it that you're not so impatient? Why is it that you're not unkind? Why is it that you'd rather be robbed than robbed? Why is it that my life is more about what I tell people and what they see in the way that I'm living? Our holiness is that because we have seen him, like again, and I'll go all the way back to the first week, holiness my whole life has been about external things. It's all I've ever heard people talk about. Holiness is, to be honest, foolishness in a lot of ways. Holiness was women not wearing pants and men wearing long sleeve shirts. Holiness was making sure your hair didn't touch your collar as a man and you never cut it as a woman. Holiness was, not only were you not a drunkard, you didn't even think about drinking anything that had alcohol in it. Holiness was all external. It was not listening to secular music. And if you did, you burned your CDs and repented. Just so you could go buy them again when the feeling passed. But our holiness has to be something that is internal, not external. Our holiness has to be something that lives in us and can be seen by those around us. Again, by the way that we live. See, here's our holiness is that because we have seen Jesus, we live to make him seen by others. Our holiness is that because we have been given mercy and grace, we give mercy and grace. Our holiness is that because we have seen his great difference, we live differently. Our holiness is that because he has given his life for us, we give our lives to him. Our holiness is that we trust him. We trust that he does all things well. We trust that all things are in his hands. We trust that he is in control. And we learn to hold our